What's up, you guys? We're at the shop. I got Christian Soto. He's been hyping up One Piece for a while. He was the first person to tell me about it, and it's good to have him at the shop. He came to the One Piece pre-release. So what deck did you pick?
You already know I'm playing green, the best deck.
Green, the best
deck. We're all
deck.
trying to win the super pre-release promo, the Luffy.
Look at that. That is expensive card. No real value at the moment. No like solidified value. But we have seen it for...
At like $600.
Yeah, okay, a little bit crazy value there. Probably not realistic, but beautiful card. It's not about the value. It's about actually having the card and playing the game. We had the 8-person tournament today. He did participate today. He did learn a lot about the game, and he's going to show how his deck works against other matchups and what are his favorite cards, and give you guys a little bit of a rundown of the entire game.
Start off, you have your 1K counters over here that are your vanilla blockers. Basically, a lot of the time you're not gonna want to play these. You're just gonna want to use them as blockers out of your hand to boost up your cards so that they survive.
And for those who are familiar with Dragon Ball, it's just like pitching a card out of your hand, and then the blocker amount is on the side.
Yeah, it adds it to the attack of your leader. So if your leader is at 5,000, and then you drop a 2K counter, and now it's at 7,000, it can take the attack so that you don't lose a life.
And remember, if you guys have any questions, comment down below. Christian will reply to you, or we will reply to you. So
yeah, so you have your 1K counters here, and then you have your 2K counter here. Your 2K counters are always very strong. You want to save those in your hand. And then you have your event cards, which also let you survive attacks. Green particularly has some very interesting event cards, because the way that the green ones work, unlike any other starter decks, is that not only do you tap 2 with this one, but then it restands 1, so you would be able to combo the 1 cost after the 2 cost. Or if you have 2 1 costs, you could cast 1 and then cast another one because it restands 1 for free for you. None of the other starter decks have that ability. So the 1 cost gives you 2,000 and the 2 cost gives you 4,000. Pretty simple there.
Okay, all right.
Then you get into your character cards, and I feel like green has a very good variety of the character cards that it allows you to have. So you have your 1 cost blocker. Every single one of the decks has a 1 cost blocker. That's pretty standard. Besides that, you have your strongest 1 cost card. No other deck has a searcher like her until you get into the first set, Romance Dawn, where then red gets a generic searcher. That's in Nami, that lets you look at the top 5 cards just like Bonnie. Bonnie lets you add a supernova to your hand, whereas Nami would let you add a Straw Hat Pirate. So green is extremely strong because it has that ability to first turn, even though you're only at 1 Dawn, you can cast her out, and then since you can't attack the first turn,
get that consistency.
You search it turn 2, and then if it lives, you search it again. Since her effect is activate during the main, it's not just when you cast her. It's once per turn. It's extremely good if they don't kill her and you get.
It's a lingering card, yes, every turn.
Over and over again.
And in card games, that's always good.
And let's see, you have another character here in Uroge. So he's one card that when I first started playing, I didn't see much value in him. But he's a 2 cost with 3K, and then if you attach Dawn to him, he goes all the way to 6,000 because he gives himself 2,000 and then he has 1,000 from the Dawn. So for 2 Dawn plus 1 the next turn, you can get somebody for 6,000 and start attacking your opponent's leader every turn unless they kill him. It's a very good card to start your turns with, or your even late game against something like blue, where they want to bounce your cards that have higher cost. They're not going to want to waste it on a 2 cost. Killer is a 3 cost card, and he's very good. I suggest you save him in your hand until he's can kill something of value, because what Killer does is that when you cast him, he gets to kill one of your opponent's rested mons with a cost of 3 or less. So moving on from Killer, you get to your 4 cost Drake. Drake is a very good card. Against any other matchup but blue, you want to toss as many out of these on the board as you can, honestly, because when you give him 1 Dawn, as long as he's rested, your entire board gets, if they're supernovas or navy, which is like most of the deck, gets 1,000 for free. So you're giving him 1,000 already here, and then the second he attacks, he pumps himself up by 1,000 as well, so you're attacking for 7. And then he's giving your kid a free 1,000. And remember, kid can attack twice. So that just gives you free attacks into your opponent, and it gives you a free 1,000 to be able to try to push for that extra damage and hopefully take a life out of them. X-Drake is an extremely good card, and you'll see a lot of value in playing him. Basil Hawkins. Basil Hawkins is one of your 5-cost cards. He's really good because he puts pressure on your opponent. When he has a Dawn under him, he'll be at 7,000, and then when he attacks, if you attack into another character, so if your opponent has a rested character or if they have a blocker, with his effect you can re-stand him after attacking and attack once again. So he puts up a lot of pressure as well in the end game, where they might have very little life left, and they're if they want to even try to block this so that they don't take a life, they risk losing the blocker and you attacking again. So puts a lot of pressure. Very good card overall. Trafalgar Law. Trafalgar Law is another very good card the green has that allows you to restand any of your supernovas that are 5 or less cost, which could be any of these two. And well, you could even do Uroj, honestly, because if you have him already with a Dawn that turn, he'll be at 6,000 and you put him up again. Any of these cards, restanding them, getting an extra free attack, because obviously Trafalgar Law will have Summon Sickness, he can't attack, but you'll get an extra attack out of playing him that turn, so it's just extra added value. And then that leaves us with
the 7.
The level 7,
yeah.
The 7 cost, Eustace Captain Kidd. This card is absolutely insane.
Beautiful card too.
It's a beautiful card. It's a blocker, which you see.
That's when his arm is being assembled,
you
right?
See him, yeah, so he has a power of like magnetism, so he pulls all these different things into him, and then that's what he does to
cool.
go for damage, basically. And what his effect is that if you have a Dawn under him, after you attack, you get to restand him at the end of your turn, so he serves you as an attacker and the blocker at the same time. He's a very annoying card to deal with, and as long as you can out your opponent's maneuvers by, let's say they're attacking with something stronger, you could drop a counter on top of him as well. He can even live to the next turn, and he's just a very strong card. The last card, and I left this for last even though it's an event card, is Straw Sword. Straw Sword is a very good card if you know how to use it and know how to time yourself well, because what this does is that if it's triggered, you get to play a supernova. Triggered insecurity, you get to play a supernova with a cost of 2 or less for free, which what does that do? It lets you play any of these 3 for free, and we've talked about how good all of these are.
Yes. I think this is what makes green so, well, primarily the bounty, but these are very great cards.
But even if you're getting this for free in the next turn, insane. You could put in a Dawn under him and you have a free 6k attacker.
That's 6k right now, in an early format probably is insane, right?
Yeah. It is. And then because it's pressure that you're adding. The name of the game is pressure really, yes. Because they only have 5 cards in security. There's only so many attacks they can take. Because every time that they're using their counter cards, they're losing cards out of their hand as well.
And just kind of like when Dragon Ball first started. It reminds me of like resources in your hand are essential. But throwing those cards away to stop attacks.
And then its main effect over here for 2 costs is that it rests one of your opponent's characters. So if you have a big turn where you have your Captain Kidd and you want to get 2 attacks in with him, and then maybe you have some other cards in board and your opponent has a blocker on board, well, you just rest the blocker and you start attacking. You don't have to worry about that. Honestly, I think that One Piece has done something that I haven't seen many other card games do, which is that right out the gate it brought out 4 very strong decks. These decks go into the next set, the Romance Dawn, and they only get stronger.
Like I said, every card game has its flaws and its beauties, right? And one thing this card game does very well to me is just the artwork is very detailed. Nothing too over the top, right?
No, it's
nothing too over the top. I like in the background you see etches of the map, right? You see like right in the background there.
Yeah.
And I am telling you, the hype is real, and Christian is evidence of it.
The One Piece is real.
Correct. The One Piece is real, you guys. Hasn't been found yet, but we hopefully find it here at the shop. So thank you guys for watching. Comment down below if you have any questions, any concerns. Any things. Gameplay will be replied to by me or by Christian. So
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys, and catch you on the next video.